Welcome everybody back to Boost in Motion, guys. And today I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Stop asking dumb questions. Yes, stop asking dumb questions, but it's not towards me, guys. You already know what to do. Hit that intro. Welcome everybody back to Boost in Motion, guys. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night. Thank you. Welcome everybody back. Welcome everybody back to the channel. If you are a subscriber of this channel, that means you already hit the like button. Please, guys, if you are subscribed, that means you're part of the like squad. This is something that you guys can give back for free, guys. It costs you guys nothing, and it literally supports your channel. So, guys, please hit the like button. And if you are new to this Boost in Motion channel, please watch the videos. And if you enjoy them, also be part of the Boost in Motion team by subscribing. Anyway, guys, let's go. Let's jump into it. I don't know how I really threw up this thumbnail, but I want to keep it 100 and honest with y'all, right? As a YouTuber, I try my best to help you guys along your automotive journey. I try my best to answer you guys' questions, right? Now, if I've experienced something, I make videos about it, and if you ask me about it, I will give you the answers. If I don't know it, I will say I don't know. And anyone who's watching will say, yo, Buse doesn't know. And I will try my best to be the middleman and tell you where it would be, or maybe I might even go look it up. And as part of some forums like .com sites, org sites, or even Facebook group sites about infinities, right? Some people will just sit there and say, go look it up on Google. At the end of the day, just go look it up. But there is a loyalty between the two parties or the two people, right? In this case, I'm going to throw up a screen share, and this screen share is from an Infiniti Q50 Q60 group, the biggest one I believe on Facebook, right? I've been in this one probably since 2015, 2014. Now, I'm gonna be honest because I like to keep things very transparent and honest and open, and no cease and desist, no defamation or anything like that. You guys are in a public forum, and if your name is up there, it's unfortunate for you. That's just what it is. You got to deal with it. So, anyways, we have in this group, we had a customer by the name of Victor, and we have a tuner by the name of Mark. Now, Mark is sonic tuned. I've had him on my channel about 2 months ago, and he asked all the technical questions about the VR30. Very informational, and out off the camera, really cool dude, right? But at the end of the day, he was tuning this guy's car. So I want to portray and show you guys some of the information that goes on, and also for the Infiniti Q50 Q60 administrators. At the end of the day, some of them do watch the channel. Shout out to you guys, 100%. Also, you can go. So if you're on Facebook, you go add yourself to Infiniti Q50 Q60 group, because there are other Infiniti enthusiasts on there that you can link up with in your local city and town. All right. So Victor said, coolant was bone dry. Almost overheated the motor. It was an issue I had where no air was coming through the vents. Rad fan working overtime, no heat. Tuner told me it's an HVAC issue. Laugh out loud. I have been chasing an HVAC issue right until my motor goes pop. Good thing my non-master tech cough friend suggested to add coolant as the main reservoir was empty. Now air runs through the vents and I get heat. Going to the dealer and having my coolant system check, not the HVAC check. I'm almost certain at this point I have a major leak somewhere or porous block. My car just my car just from dealership to my car just came, sorry, from the dealership to for new turbos. Now I've been tuned and I'm losing coolant like a mother effort. Let's see where this goes. I have been tuned by Sonic Tune and going on for about 500 kilometers. I also had my car checked and serviced prior to being tuned. It has its turbos replaced, control arms replaced. I filled up the coolant in it and I am monitoring it. But if there's already coolant in the oil, then there's no going back. Just wanted to share what happened. Now, At the end of the day, this was probably edited. Let's see if this is an edit history here. I don't really know how to do that, but this was a post from a customer of Sonic Tuned. I like to keep things very transparent. It has over 479 comments. Now, the reason why I'm showing you guys this is it got really saucy in the comments. Very, very saucy. Very saucy. I mean, I could also put up parish. So this tells me your car was overheating and you didn't have enough sense to check the reservoir to see if there was any coolant in it. Then relied on your remote tuner to troubleshoot a mechanical issue, and then needed a friend to tell you to add coolant in your dry tank. That's a lot of hand holding there, bro. Now, shout out to Parrish. I know exactly who that is. Shout out to him. Um, he picked on something very simple. Not everyone's mechanically inclined, but we should know simple things at least: where to add oil, where to check for coolant, how to check tire pressure. You don't have to turn bolts, but you should visually know these things, especially if you don't have heat or if you have a flat tire. Now, I could go through some of the funny comments, but we're gonna go down, and Mark chose to reply. So Mark defended himself, right? Because I like to put things out there. And at the end of the day, he's defending himself in the public. I'm glad you made this one public. This is very held back response, just as I blocked you. Victor, as I said before, go get your HVAC system checked. You told me your vents weren't blowing air. Nothing about anything else. That would lead anyone to believe that you had a blower motor issue. However, part of the HVAC system is coolant. It is common knowledge that the coolant is responsible for providing heat to your vehicle. If you don't understand the very basics of how an engine works, maybe it's this type of stuff that isn't for you. You paid me to tune your car. You did not pay me to spend hours of my day teaching you on basics, nor did you pay me to diagnose your car or be your friend. I got tired of hearing about Pokemon cards and bog RIPs. I tried I tried to be polite, but I had a job to do and many other happy customers that need to be taken care of as well. Your dealership replaced your turbos, which means they drained your coolant and didn't fill it up properly. That is not my problem. You are extremely rude, and the way that you talk to me is completely unacceptable. Because of your constant rude behavior towards me, I will absolutely no longer be communicating with you. Your tune is complete. Um, then he continued to say, I tried to give you a refund before we even started because how rude you were. You begged me not to, and against my better judgment, I didn't. You were kicked out of my private group at the request of multiple members because of your cockiness, unintelligent behavior. No one gives a S word that you're a millionaire and that you have cool Pokemon collection. Take a look in the mirror because throwing insults and blaming everyone else is for your behavior. Going forward, if you have an issue that is tune only related, you will need to email me and provide a data log. If there is an issue that is tune related, it will receive a response. Have a good day, Victor. Right? Um, and he puts up a screenshot. This is Mark. You gave me garbage advice, man. I could have been driving without coolant. Saying it's HVAC problem is lazy. You never even recommended me to go check the coolant. Laugh aloud. It's like you didn't even care. Maybe because you're tuning so much volume now. Quality over quantity. If you can't give the right advice or don't have the time because you're tuning whatever problem people, maybe you should limit how much customers you have at a time so that you can narrow in and offer better customer service. That was a response from that was sent to him from Victor. Now, what I'm going to say is this: there may be a little bit more in this video, right? But what I'm going to say is this, right? For everyone who's watching, right? Because I've had people DM me, you know who you are, a couple of you guys. I would say not a couple, about 10, 15 you guys, right? Both you guys on both sides. Am I going to pick a side? I'm gonna pick the side of fucking common sense. Sorry, cursed on YouTube, whatever, right? And in this day and age, as a YouTuber that helps people out, there is common sense things. And I have people who hit me up for some of the simplest questions like, what's the best oil to use for my VR30? I don't really think that's a terrible question. It's a common question, but it's not a terrible question because you want to make sure it run what's running right, right? But there are things when you are having an issue that some people just don't want to sit there and question you and diagnose. When I get someone who asks me a question, yeah, Boost, when I drive, I hit a bump and I hear da 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 da. I can't help you at that point. If I choose to care, I may ask a little bit more like, what do you mean da 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 da? Like, did you have anything recently changed in your car or in your coilovers? I start asking questions. You know what I'm saying? Like, but even then, to my own experience, right? I'm very limited. This is one of those situations. And as Mark has stated, you said that your AC is not blowing any hot air. I would assume if you told me straight up, hey, it's not blowing any hot air. I'm like, damn, that sounds like his blower motor went out. Because if there's no air coming out, it's either a blower motor or it's a fuse or it might be a relay. That's really honestly it, right? I wouldn't have thought about cooling. Now, if you would have called me on a more chill day, I might have been like, what do you mean? It's not blowing any air. And then maybe through asking and picking you at your mind, you're like, yeah, it's blowing cold air. Then I'm like, yo, check your coolant. Just make sure there's coolant in it. Then you do check, oh my God, it's empty. Yeah, fill it up. What else you had done on the car? Oh, your turbos were changed out. Wow, that's crazy. Maybe they didn't put enough coolant in your car. This is recent. You see what I'm saying? But that's free advice that some people don't like to give because it takes time out of their day, right? Even though I'm a YouTuber, I try my best to help out everybody at my Boost Emotion on IG. A lot of people ask questions there, and I like to give out information because I don't want to hold it in. But sometimes, especially in I would say late 2020, early 2021, whoa, I was getting like 30 to 40 messages a day for simple stuff I made videos about. So just as a YouTuber, I get annoyed, right? But I help you guys out. But imagine being a tuner now. You did your job, and a person keeps hitting you up, and you trying your best to give them advice, and you're like, "Yo, dude, I'm not really into this. Like, yo, you gotta take this to a technician. Take it to a technician. Take it to a shop. Like, take it to infinity. I'm giving you advice, but yo, I'm gonna keep it simple, bro. Like, you have to pay me for my time." And some people think that yes, customer service is amazing, and just because you paid money for something, I get it. But you guys are not gonna. I'm keeping 100 with you guys. Be so super honest. You guys are not gonna hit AMS performance up and be like, hey, yeah, so I'm having this issue. You guys are not gonna do that. They're gonna be like, yo, what are you talking about? Like, yo, go to infinity. If you want us to diagnose it, send us a data log and we'll look into it. Just to say, yo, listen, your coolant must be low because it's super hot. Like, what the hell's going on? You're gonna have to pay. So, anyways, let's continue. Let's see what else we can find in this thread, right? Um, Let me see what else I can find here. It's 479 comments. Um, let's see if we could just pick on this one. Dirt, check your coolant, dummy. The car is in front of you. Tuners can't accurately diagnose a problem when you can't even describe it beyond my heat not working. Not to mention, you didn't pay them to diagnose your problem. You paid them to tune it. It's your responsibility to make sure your car is in good condition and good working order before you start the process. He could have and probably should have told you to pound the sand when you asked for diagnosis. Most tuners are nice and try to help out, but you've got unreasonable expectations for what you have done for your car remotely without remedial explanation or zero knowledge. This whole modifying cars is clearly above what brain can grasp. Maybe it's not for you. This is people throwing shots at them. I don't want this to make this a defamation thing. It really isn't because, if he's a millionaire, I don't need a cease and desist, bro. Relax. All right? Really relax. Um, Now, I remember them being some screenshots where the kid now was actually going at my boy Hussein now because he's defending Mark. And as a tuner and as a person that has talked to different tuners in this platform, they try to help out everybody. But some people just really want a lot more time for what they paid for. If you want to get your car diagnosed, that's why Infinity and all dealerships and mechanics charge you a specific fee to diagnose because I'm not going to go to have you come to me, find a problem, and you go somewhere else to get it done cheap or to get it done for cheaper or fixed. No, if you want my word of knowledge, pay for it. As a YouTuber, I still help out you guys. I'm super nice and generous, but I still sit there and say, oh, listen, if you want, you can donate to the channel. My Cash App is money sign boost in motion. You know what I'm saying? I really would appreciate it for anyone who's watching. But anyways, let's continue. Um, Now I'm gonna pick on what Mark said. Um, this is what Mark reposted. So you are good at trying to cover yourself up. I have my reasons, and not everyone may understand because our situation is manipulated. Now you say it's coolant related. I told you no heat and vents not blowing air. Vents not blowing air. What does that mean? It means the fan's not working, right? So why would I tell you to check your coolant? I don't even have to tell you that at all. And that radiator fan was going on a lot. You gave me bad advice and not covering yourself up. Another thing you kept saying is I made your fans go on early when I kept telling you they're going on all the time. Block me, bro. You don't offer good advice. I realize, or just don't have the patience or time anymore because you probably whatever amount of people, right? Once again, yo, Victor, like, what are you doing, bro? Like, this is the nonsense that I see a lot. I see this stuff a lot. Okay, so more people are jamming the chat. They may having it fun. They're joking. Shout out to Hussein for commenting, and Hussein jumps in. You know, at the end of the day, he says, "Mark has the patience of a effing saint. You're lucky you're not getting dragged harder for this. In case anyone else is wondering, VR30 EcuTech logs do not show coolant pressure or level. Just a monitor of your fluids. It's not that hard, bro. You know what I'm saying? So once again, even go race box, common sense, common things. It's very common. But this is part of what guys go through and everything like that. I want to see if I could show some more screenshots on what was actually being sent, but I know it's probably going to be super hard to find some of them. Bear with me for the people that are watching. Please hit the like button right now. I really would appreciate you guys. Original poster is getting dragged harder than the Christmas tree on January 1st. Oh my God. Someone said coolant dry. Coolant dry. How is coolant dry? um, Shout out to John Daring. You don't monitor your coolant level. Your tuner is the idiot. I ate raw meat and got shit, and it's Hussein's fault. These damn tuners don't know anything. Do you see how ridiculous that sounds? Do Mark okay remind you that the car needs oil and gas too? Maybe modding cars isn't for you, bro. Just go buy something that runs 10 seconds stock and put it in the dealer when you F it up. Then do yourself a favor and delete this post. You know? So I wanted there was some more screenshots in here that I really saw and I was like, this is getting bad. Um and they really did drag them. They really did drag them. I want to see if if Mark put up the other screenshots with the Pokemon cards and stuff. So Victor puts up a picture of the coolant filled to the max with wild cold. Okay. Okay, so you filled it up with coolant now. I'm proud of you. Drove to work, checked on a break. Now it's below minimum. 3 hours later. Ouch. 3 hours later. Okay, there's still some air in your system. Okay. All right. See, this guy's messing himself up. I don't really want to go through all the comments, but I really want to see the pictures because Mark had pictures of Pokemon cards. It's not coming up. It's not coming up. Shout out to Parrish. He made his own funny joke. When you get burnt so hard, even the coolant you add won't help. And it shows Victor, Terra P, Racebox, Sonic Tune, and the entire freaking community. I'll leave it at that. I'm gonna give you guys my final thoughts. Right, I'm gonna honestly give you my guys' final thoughts because let's leave this up. So we can make it look, a little bit nice. You guys want to look at me? Listen, listen. As somebody that's part of this platform ever since the Q platform even started in 2014, right? I've seen everything on the forum. I'm not that much on the forum anymore because it's not so much about gaining performance or anything anymore. Now it's just somewhere where we go to hang out and see who has bad cars and wheels and That's really honestly it in F shit talk like this. But what I'm gonna sit there and say is this, with all honesty, right? It is it is your responsibility to maintain your car. No YouTuber, no tuner, no service tech or anything like that. You gotta maintain your car, right? If you go to what's the biggest thing I always hear? You went to go get an oil change, and then when you drove away, now you hear a thud in your driver right front tire, or you get a check engine light. You just came from the dealer, and then you automatically blame the dealer, and the dealer's like, "Oh, that's not our fault. Stuff happens. Well, we'll take a look at it." And you're like, "Oh, it was just here," and they're like, "Well, we're gonna charge you $170 or whatever, $110 for diagnosis." Like, yo, I'm not paying for something that you guys caused. At the end of the day, you have to pay for people to diagnose. If you wanted him to look into trying his best to see where you may have looked into his shoe. I mean, I gotta keep 100% with you guys. He asked, or you told him, right? And you said, "Oh, there's no heat. It's not blowing air." As a tech, and that is 900 miles away. All right, it's not blowing air. It might be the blow mold. Look into your HVC system, and he left it at that. He didn't want to diagnose anymore. He didn't want to look into it more because if you take it to a professional, the professional looked into it. But what you did was you went to your non-professional friend, and he was like, man, I'm not a master tech at all. Well, he says not blowing, but it's blowing cold. Let me pop the hood. Oh, it's blowing dry. Fill. Wow, he told you to check your AC system. Yeah, man. He gave me the wrong information. Yeah, he must really suck. Your thing was empty. You see how dumb that really sounds, though? I see how dumb that sounds. Your verbiage, what you say, really matters. It always matters, okay? No matter if you're from the hood or you're from the streets or you talk very pretentious and say tip tally ho, whatever you want to do, at the end of the day, you're responsible for your car. As Boost in Motion, I would say, well, listen, bro, like honestly, I'm not responsible for your car either. I recommend certain parts that you guys can use, but you could use these parts and they could fail. You can be like, Boost in Motion gave me the wrong advice. That's unfortunate. It's called something called manufacturer's defect. You guys can go get pure turbos right now and max effort them, and the turbine wheel goes. And you're gonna be like, Boost in Motion said I can make 650 wheel on XYZ. Well, you made it, but I never said it was gonna be reliable. Period. At the end of the day, Boost Emotion told me to get JB4 boost controller. I'm gonna end it right here by saying this. I went and got a JB4 boost controller, and then I blew my motor. It's trash. And then I always ask this question. I said, "Yo, when was the last time you checked your oil?" I never did. How much miles you have in your car? Eh. Well, when was the last? How much miles did you do since your last oil change? 6, 7, 8,000 miles. Oh, really? So you haven't checked your car? Where do you live? I live in Miami heat. I live in Texas heat, middle of summer. When did your motor go? Oh yeah, I was racing. Oh yeah, I was having mad fun. I was racing 392s, me and my friends and G35s, and we was chasing down. I was chasing down this M3, and then boom, it popped. JB4 is trash. No, that's not what happened. You were running low on oil. You're probably super low on oil. All cars burn a certain amount of oil, and the VR30s are one of them. And you burnt oil, and you never checked it, and you was in 100-degree heat, and you were doing pulls. I bet your oil temperatures were high. Did you at least have the oil temperature gauge on your JB4 just to see the, the amount of temperature? No, I didn't have it up. Because I didn't teach you, right? It's my fault. Okay, cool. I give you that, right? I give you that. This is why I always sit there and say the VR30 is not a race motor. My C63, I can do pulls back to back on it, and it has amount of cooling that it can be able to do so. My Q60 and Q50 could not do that, and even my 3.7 Q50 may take a little beating, but even that will go into a fail-safe mode when the oil temperature is too high. So outside of that, guys, you have a good morning, good afternoon, good night. This is my little rant. Shout out to Mark from Sonic Tune. I'm still gonna take at the end of the day take his back on this because I say real recognizes real. You know, at the end of the day, people may have their own comments to say about Mark, and I get it. I understand if you dislike somebody or if you had a bad experience with somebody, I get it. I'm not going to try to convince you otherwise. But I know at the end of the day, being in this business of YouTube, being a middleman, it is frustrating, and I can only understand what a company such as AMS goes through, Sonic Tune, or even Hussein go through. They're trying their best to help the community and best help people, but I'm not gonna hold your hand throughout the whole process. You need to stand up, be a man or a woman, and get stuff done. Get your hands a little bit dirty. Open the oil cap, open the coolant cap, and fill it in. It's not that hard. So outside of that, guys, you have a good morning, good afternoon, good night. And also, if you watch this video, yes, I'll throw my Cash App in there. If you want to donate to the Boost in Motion family, money sign Boost in Motion, just like the YouTube name. But none of you guys will donate. I know you don't want to. I give out free game. I know anything's free is not worth anything. So you guys have a good morning, good afternoon, good night. Thank you guys. I appreciate it. You guys have a good day. Thank you. Thank you, everybody, for watching. Do appreciate you guys. Love you guys very much. You can also check out the 2 links I posted for some of my other videos. Also, on top of that, if you want to purchase some Boost in Motion merch, definitely check the link that I posted also. And finally, if you've been watching all my videos and you enjoy them, please hit the link to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thank